Morning, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone's having a nice Thursday morning. Another cold start to our day today. Had a cold front move through the area late last night into the overnight hours, and that's going to set the stage for some colder weather today after we had some milder weather on your Wednesday. But overall, today really looks like it's going to be the coldest day as we head over the course of the next week to even 10 days as some mild weather looks to head our way as we get ready to head really into the last stretch of January. And much like we've seen so far this winter, really still searching for snowfall chances. And we'll dig into that again here in just a second. Starting off with, though, look at the Lincoln Weather Almanac. 41 yesterday, 18 for a low, for a high and low temperature. So, again, above average for both. Still no moisture. Again, still just 900ths so far this month. That's almost a half an inch now below average, and still just 1 inch of snowfall for the entire year, for the entire season. And that's now almost 11 inches below average. So again, awfully lacking when it comes to our snow, and again, really no hope in sight as we head over the course of the next week to 10 days or so. Again, in terms of the snow, again, this list keeps changing at least a little bit, but we're still number 2. If you go from October 1st through today's date, that 1 inch of snow is the second lowest number that we've ever had in Lincoln at the Lincoln Airport. Again, those snowfall records go back to 1897. The airport records go back to 1948, I believe, but Lincoln snowfall records go all the way back to 1897. Again, still that 1922-1923 season, just a little bit less, 9/10 of an inch. I believe it's on the 26th, so that would be, I think, Sunday. When that number would finally change. So again, if we don't get any snow between now and the 26th, we'll jump into that top spot. And again, you can start to see a little bit more of a spread as the numbers continue to kind of grow in that top 10 list. You'll also notice number 10, 2022-2023 season here in Lincoln. We had just had 3.6 inches of snow through today's date. We finished that season with just over 14 inches of snow again. So numbers keep changing, but we're still stuck there at that number 2 spot with that 1 inch of snow through today's date. So your weather headlines, again, already mentioned a couple of these, but colder and breezy today. Again, you want to bundle up if you're heading out early this morning or at any time really today, but we will be warmer into the weekend. Well, I think this weekend we'll call fairly seasonal, but then certainly warmer as we head into the week next week. And again, like I mentioned already, still searching for those snowfall chances. Could be a few flurries out there today, but really, again, nothing meaningful. As far as low temperatures this morning, again, coldest readings were in eastern Nebraska along the border, down to the single digits for areas like Wayne, Tekamah, Omaha, Nebraska City. Tekamah, the cold spot there, down to 5 degrees this morning. Here in Lincoln at the airport, 12 degrees for a low, 16 in Grand Island, 23 in North Platte early this morning. If you look at the Tempest weather stations across the Lincoln Metro, again, it was right around 10, 11, 12 degrees for our morning low temperature. There was one spot there in the eastern part of the Metro that did drop down to 9 degrees early this morning. And then temperatures right now currently sitting generally in the lower to middle teens across the Lincoln metro area. So again, not a bad start to our day here in Lincoln or Lancaster County or across the state. Again, dealing with a little bit of cloud cover early this morning. If we look at, again, sky view cameras from across the state, some filtered sunshine. Again, it really is variable cloudiness across the state. Some spots dealing with overcast skies. You can see that in O'Neill. Some areas seeing some sunshine to start the day. Right now in Lincoln from our tower cam on 40th and Vine. Again, looking off to the south and east, we can see some clouds right now. 15 at the airport, 12 again here at the 1011 studios. Feels like 4, though, when we factor in a northwest breeze at around 8 miles an hour. Temperatures across the state look like this, anywhere from the low teens to the lower to middle 20s. Warmest readings right now are across the southwestern corner of the state. It's 24 in McCook as well as Ogallala, 23 in Imperial and North Platte. Yeah, look at the wind right now. It's not too bad out of the north and west at around 5 to 15 miles an hour. I think this picks up as we head through the day today. Again, 10 to 20 miles an hour with some gusts up to 30 miles an hour possible at times. Not much in the way of any gusty winds, at least for right now. But again, I do think that wind picks up a little bit for us as we head through the morning into the afternoon. Feels like temperatures early this morning, again, single digits, both above and below zero for much of the eastern half half of the state, lower to middle teens with some single digits also mixed in. And as you head across the western part of the state, mentioned it already, but feels like 4 right now in Lincoln, 5 below for areas like Nebraska City, Falls City, Omaha, down to 8 below right now in Tacoma. Satellite radar picture is fairly quiet. Again, it's variable cloudiness right now. This morning there are a few spotty flurries, maybe a light snow shower that are currently on the board. If you look at the visible satellite imagery, again, one of those mornings where it's kind of like, okay, what's clouds, what's snow, but again, variable cloudiness right now across the state. And again, I think we'll see mostly to partly sunny skies as we head through the balance of the day today. So if we zoom out, look at a regional view, overall things are pretty quiet, not a whole lot for us to talk about. We zoom out, look at a national view, and again, for the most part, the weather nationally right now is fairly quiet for us as well, certainly after a busy start to the week with that winter storm down across the Gulf Coast. You look at the weather alerts. Still have some cold weather advisories down across parts of the southeast. Cold weather advisory there in parts of New Mexico into West Texas. Some wind alerts there in Wyoming. Also have some winter weather advisories across parts of Montana. But again, overall, things are pretty quiet. Nothing for us to worry about here at home or across Nebraska. We check out Skycast, I think, through the day today. Mostly to partly sunny. A little bit breezy. Winds out of the north and west. Again, like I mentioned, maybe gusting 20 to 30 miles an hour as we head through the afternoon. That wind should settle down as we head into this evening. Skies becoming mostly clear as we head overnight tonight. Again, sets the stage for another cold night tonight. And then as we head into the day on Friday, I think we're looking at, again, mostly to partly sunny skies across the state, eventually becoming mostly cloudy as we head into Friday evening. Can't rule out maybe a few spotty snow showers across western and southwestern Nebraska into Friday evening, but otherwise I think most of the state stays dry. And then as we head Friday into Saturday to start the weekend, again, I think we're dealing with at least partly cloudy skies across the state, if not mostly cloudy conditions, again, but generally dry conditions across the state for the weekend. So we check out a statewide view, a little bit closer zoomed in view as we head through the day today, dealing with some clouds this morning, but I think by the afternoon, mostly to partly sunny skies, and then mostly clear skies as we head into Thursday evening. There could be a few flurries out there today, but again, really nothing meaningful or nothing in the way of any accumulating snow is expected, not only today, but over the course of the next week to 10 days. And then as we head overnight tonight, again, some clouds filter back in. I think on Friday, we're looking at mostly to partly sunny skies, winds more out of the west and southwest for us here in Lincoln and southeastern Nebraska. That's going to help us warm back up a bit as we head into the day on Friday. Friday into Saturday, another little cold front kind of drops through the area. That's going to bring us just a reinforcing shot of cooler air as we head into the upcoming weekend. Friday night, again, can't rule out maybe a few scattered snow showers in western and southwestern Nebraska, but again, any accumulations with that activity would be very, very light. And then into the first half of the weekend on your Saturday, again, dealing with a mix of sun and clouds, some blustery north and northwest winds. Again, could gust maybe up to 30 miles an hour at times, but dry weather expected as we start the weekend and continue through the weekend, really. If you look at the 7-day precipitation potential, this is rain and liquid equivalent of snowfall. Again, you'll notice, just a big giant hole right across the middle parts of the country that covers most of South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri. And again, we've been stuck in that hole for most of the winter, it certainly feels like. So again, this takes us through January 30th. And again, really not expecting anything in the way of any meaningful moisture as we head over the course of the next week. In terms of the long-range snowfall outlook, again, this is the European model, again, through the next 7 days, through next Thursday at 10 o'clock. Again, you'll notice some snow across the northern plains. You'll notice some snow across the Front Range, but again, really nothing as you head out off the high plains into the Midwest. Again, really looking at no snow chances for the most part as we head over the course of the next week. This is the American model showing a similar solution, again, through next Thursday at 10 o'clock. So again, snowfall chances still pretty slim over the course of the next week. Temperatures today will be colder after we, again, topped out in the upper 30s, low 40s yesterday. We're going to drop back down low 20s to low 30s today, and again, with the blustery northwest winds, it'll feel colder than this as we head through the day today. Wind chills by the afternoon likely into the teens for most of the 10-11 coverage area. Into Friday morning, chilly morning, again, single digits, low teens as we start the day tomorrow, so make sure you got the kiddos bundled up as you head out the door. Friday afternoon, though, will be warmer. Temperatures jump back to the upper 30s to lower to middle 40s, maybe even some upper 40s as you head across the southwestern part of the state. We'll go 43 in Lincoln, 45 for Grand Island and Hastings, and 46 in North Platte for Friday afternoon. And then Saturday morning, again, a little bit warmer, mid-teens to mid-20s. Another weak front will bring in slightly cooler temperatures for the weekend. Saturday, though, looks fairly seasonal. Our average high in Lincoln is now up to 36, climbed a degree. So again, a sign that again, we're at least on the back half of meteorological winter, officially at least anyways, now that we're into the second half of January. So again, a little bit colder, but again, still pretty typical for late January. On Saturday, upper 20s to upper 30s. Sunday morning, again, chilly, but nothing unusual. We'll go upper single digits to upper teens. And then Sunday afternoon, again, fairly seasonal with highs in the mid to upper 30s across the state. Monday morning, low teens to low 20s, but then warmer weather returns to the area as we start the work week next week. We're back to the upper 40s, low 50s across the state as we start the new work week next week on your Monday. And then temperatures from there, again, stay mild. Again, much of the first half of the week next week looks like it's going to be right around 50 degrees for those afternoon highs, mostly sunny skies, and again, generally dry conditions in the forecast for us as well. So again, you can see on this Lincoln 7-day forecast today, by far and away the coldest day out of the next week. Small chance, just 20%. Again, maybe at a flurry, passing light snow shower. Again, I don't think we really see anything, but that chance is there. Low 40s tomorrow, then upper 30s for the weekend, and then again the mild weather through the first half of the week next week. 10-day forecast for select cities across the state looks like this, and again you can see that follows the same trend. Today is by far and away the coldest day over the course of the next week. A little bit warmer Friday, seasonal for the weekend, and then much milder weather returns through much of the week next week and into the following weekend. 8 to 14-day temperature, precip chances first. Again, small chance today for maybe a few passing flurries. Light snow shower this weekend, Friday this weekend, generally dry, and then we start to see at least maybe some chances for some moisture return to the forecast mid to late week next week. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. Again, this from the Climate Prediction Center, January 30th through February 5th. It has better than average odds of seeing above average temperatures, again, which we just saw there in that 10-day forecast across much of Nebraska, across much of the Midwest, and certainly down to the southern plains and into the southeast. So again, above average temperatures looks like they're going to head our way as we start February. And then in terms of precipitation, no clear signals whether it be below or above average precipitation. Again, Climate Prediction Center favoring above average precipitation across the northern plains into the Great Lakes, and then down into the parts of the southeast, below average precipitation across the Four Corners and down into the desert southwest. So again, obviously keep an eye on it, but right now forecast and my job is pretty boring. Again, not a whole lot to see, not a whole lot to talk about. Again, certainly been a letdown so far this winter. And again, right now, at least the way things sit for the next week to 10 days doesn't look like that's going to change a whole lot. But things can change pretty quickly. Again, we're in Nebraska, so again, just wait a few minutes and the weather will change. So make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all of your latest forecast details. And until next time, hope everyone has a nice Thursday, and we'll see you next time.